Well, I firstly am going to say that I have to follow the strictures that were imposed by the court in terms of this preliminary aspect of the case, and my discourse with you will be limited. What I will say, however, is that the matter is fixed for the 8th of February.
That Silvera is also under investigation for corruption and tampering in connection with what the police suspect to be an attempted elaborate cover-up of his wife's brutal murder. It's understood that the police are probing the circumstances in which it appears the barrel of Silvera's licensed firearm was altered in the aftermath of Melissa's murder.
RymeNation family, I'll go and say some peeps, they're back with another video. So today, Jolyan Silvera was remanded in the murder of his wife. So today he made his first court appearance since he has been charged with that murder. And also, a top official, which is Mr. Mikael Phillips, has been interviewed by the police in the ongoing murder probe of Melissa Silvera. And also, RymeNation family, Mr. Silvera allegedly tampered with the barrel of his gun. RymeNation family. So I have a recording from Nationwide News. All of this gonna be in that recording, RymeNation family. And another top official is to be interviewed as well. So they never release the name of that person who is to be interviewed by the police in the ongoing murder probe of Melissa Silvera. It is alleged that Mikael Phillips was one of the persons that was on the scene, RymeNation family. And remember, also they come forward and tell us a policeman allegedly took pictures of the crime scene. That picture is very vital now, RymeNation family, in the case. So let's see how this one will go. So if you're new to the RymeNation channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Whenever you guys subscribe to the channel, it helps the channel to grow and help YouTube to push the channel out there. So remember to leave a like, comment, and share. So take a listen to the recording and leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. And as well, we have a video from Peter Champney, the attorney who is representing Jolyan Silvera in this murder case. So take a listen.
That Silvera is also under investigation for corruption and tampering in connection with what the police suspect to be an attempted elaborate cover-up of his wife's brutal murder. It's understood that the police are probing the circumstances in which it appears the barrel of Silvera's licensed firearm was altered in the aftermath of Melissa's murder. Silvera, who's chairman of the PNP's founders group, is under investigation in connection with the suspected tampering of the weapon. The police made a breakthrough in the case when unique markings on a bullet that was found inside Mrs. Silvera's body corresponded to records stored at the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, which outlined particulars of the weapon that was assigned to Silvera. Silvera could face additional criminal charges. DPP Paula Llewellyn's office is expected to issue a voluntary bill of indictment today, transferring the Silvera murder case from the first mentioned court in Halfway Tree to the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. Nationwide News understands that the police are also moving to interview at least 2 prominent members of the PNP who are former members of Parliament who visited the bloody crime scene after Mrs. Silvera was killed. PNP Vice President and MP for Northwest Manchester, Mikael Phillips, has already given a statement to detectives from the JCF's Major Investigation Division, the MID. On November 11 last year, PNP President Mark Golding disclosed Mrs. Silvera's demise to the country via his social media pages, including Facebook. Mr. Golding wrote that Mrs. Silvera had passed away and expressed what he described as sincere condolences to Jolyan Silvera. On December 16, Mr. Golding amended the Facebook post to remove the name Jolyan Silvera and instead offered condolences to the Silvera family. By then, the police had upgraded the case involving Mrs. Silvera's death to a murder probe after a post-mortem revealed that she did not die of natural causes, but her life was cut short by 3 gunshots. The police say Melissa Silvera was shot dead while she slept in her bed in her matrimonial home. Jolyan Silvera is denying wrongdoing. He's currently represented by King's Counsel Peter Champagny.
So yes, RymeNation family, moving on to our next topic. So Peter Champagny, who is representing Jolyan Silvera in this murder case, spoke to the media, RymeNation family. And this man, I say, the public should remember the kids. Why didn't such man remember the kids before or when him a pump shot in a Melissa Silvera RymeNation family? So his daughter and her mother were disappointed because Justice Vinette Graham Allen made an announcement before 2 p.m. that the media and the family would not get to go in court, so they were barred from entering the court proceedings, RymeNation family. So right about now, I'm going to leave you with the video from Peter Champagny, who is representing Jolyan Silvera. So, I'm going to take a look at the video and leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section and tell them what you think about this one.
Well, I firstly am going to say that I have to follow the strictures that were imposed by the court in terms of this preliminary aspect of the case, and my discourse with you will be limited. What I will say, however, is that the matter is fixed for the 8th of February, when by then it is expected that the relevant documentation would have been provided to the defense. That's the first thing. And secondly, I think it's important to note, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say that observations have been made in social media, which, by the way, isn't social at all. But such is the nature of life. But I would caution, and that may be an exercise in futility, because there are many persons who have sought to try and convict already. And that's unfortunate, and I will not go beyond that. And just to say that the file is incomplete, and there is a particular document that we need to inspect to determine the way forward in the way of an application for bail for Mr. Silvera. Beyond that, myself and Ms. Patrice Riley, who represent Mr. Silvera, would not want to comment and go into the details and intricacies of the matter, because that would be simply adding fuel to fire and to cause the discourse, the public discourse, to go on. And again, I think it's important that irrespective of your views, there are young children involved, and it is a very, very, very difficult time for these 3 children. I think that's being euphemistic. And I am asking the public, I'm pleading, maybe again an exercise in futility, but to exercise some level of restraint, not barring anyone from their constitutional right of freedom of expression and so on. But the life and the role of a defense lawyer is to provide defense. Everybody, every person, every citizen has a right to an attorney. And once we are in receipt of full disclosure, then we'll be able to determine how we treat this matter going forward. Thank you very much. Understandably, very apprehensive, very concerned, and as one would expect. Beyond that, again, I would not want to say anything at this stage.
And he maintains that he's innocent of the charge.
He has maintained his position. He has maintained his position of innocence from day one. I am not saying that he is, because I understand that there was a report to that effect. No lawyer should ever really say that, because if you were so certain, then you'd be a witness. But certainly what I can say with great emphasis is that he is indicating that he's innocent. We have our instructions, we have our job to do, and it is for the court, ultimately, and members of the jury to determine whether or not he's innocent. That's not my role. My role, our role, is to provide a defense as per our instructions. Wherever our instructions lead us, that's where we go. Within the confines always, acknowledging and consistent with the canons of the profession and the rules and good ethics. That is also to be emphasized.